Call this meeting to order with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Roll call, please.
Johnson.
Here.
Johnson here. Alexander.
Here.
Alexander here. Bellato.
Here.
Bellato here. Casidas. Casidas here. Rita. Rita absent. Donahue. Donahue absent. Holly. Holly absent. Farnwell.
Here.
Farnwell here. Hill. Hill absent. Mack.
Here.
Mack here. Carr.
Here.
Carr here. Cantelo-Zylman.
Here.
Cantelo-Zylman here. Slattery. Slattery absent. Clinker.
Here.
Clinker here. And present, Your Honor.
Thank you very much. Next, we move to the presentation of Journal of Proceedings. I need a motion to approve the City Council minutes for the date of January the 14th, 2020. Do I have a motion by Alderman Farnwell, second by Alderman Carr? Any questions? Roll call, please.
Johnson.
Yes.
Johnson, aye. Alexander.
Aye.
Alexander, aye. Bellato.
Aye.
Bellato, aye. Casidas.
Aye.
Casidas, aye. Farnwell.
Aye.
Farnwell, aye. Mack.
Aye.
Mack, aye. Carr.
Aye.
Carr, aye. Cantelo-Zylman.
Aye.
Cantelo-Zylman, aye. Clinker.
Aye.
Clinker, aye. 9 ayes, Your Honor.
Thank you very much. Next, we move on to public comment.
Sometimes I'm not able to make meetings, and so I watch the films. I actually watch the films. People, unfortunately, are not coming to the microphone close enough. So you can hear what's going on, but you're hearing somebody who's talking way out here. Just a request, if you could please get a little closer.
Thank you very much. Anybody else? If not, let's move on to report of city officials, mayor's announcements. Again, I want to thank Chicago PD. I guess the other one is Fargo that filmed in Blue Island, are still filming. Their presence has been welcomed, and they will continue showing and filming in Blue Island. They love the city, they love the people, and the institutions here. On a sad note, Lou Tiberi's mother passed away. If everybody knows Lou Tiberi, I think she's going to be waived.
She was waived last week.
Last night? Okay. Just so that you are aware of that. And again, just what happened with the basketball player, Kobe Bryant. Life is not guaranteed. So keep that in mind and live life to its fullest and for the best of everyone. And the city clerk, any bids?
No bids and no business.
All right. City treasurer, I need approval inter-fund transfers from unrestricted to restrictive accounts. I need a motion by Alderman Hawley. Do I have a second by Alderman Mack? Any questions? If not, roll call, please.
Johnson.
Aye.
Johnson, aye. Alexander.
Aye.
Alexander, aye. Bellato.
Aye.
Bellato, aye. Casidas. Casidas, aye. Holly.
Aye.
Holly, aye. Farnwell.
Aye.
Farnwell, aye. Mack.
Aye.
Mack, aye. Carr.
Aye.
Carr, aye. Cantelo-Zylman.
Aye.
Cantelo-Zylman, aye. Clinker.
Aye.
Clinker, aye. 10 ayes, Your Honor.
Next, we got the cash collection receipts report. Do we need to keep that?
No, it's
That's
just information, yeah.
Again, no treasurer's announcements. It's out there. City attorney.
No report right now, Your Honor.
Thank you. Committee reports, Community Development Committee.
Thank you, Mayor. We have nothing on the agenda tonight, but I'll read some minutes from our January 8th meeting. I made an announcement regarding the cannabis ordinance, January 8th, 2020 at 7 p.m. It was on the agenda. It's been in my committee since September or October. We've had 3 public hearings, 1 out of my committee, 2 in the planning and zoning, and we're going to have another one on February 17th at 7 p.m. here, another public hearing on this. I've heard nothing but positive comments sent to me. So I read the statement because the planning and zoning worked very hard and spent a lot of hours putting together and modifying the ordinance that was presented to them. And the committee received that ordinance the day before our last meeting, so I decided, along with the committee, to table it to our February 17th meeting. Under public comment, Carol Green requested a copy of the draft cannabis ordinance, which has now been made available on the website, I believe, right, Clerk?
I
think it's on there, yeah. And I believe it was all sent to all the schools and school districts in the area, and they've all signed off copies that they've received it. Also, I think churches, I think Howard was hitting up the churches this week. Anita Kinney requested that all public meeting information be available on the website. David Johnson is requesting crosswalk signage on Western Avenue, especially south of 127th. Jackie Murphy spoke in favor of recording of all public meeting, is strongly in favor of the cannabis sales in town. Alan Stevel requested the cannabis be sent to a local referendum. Under new business, there was a motion by Alderman Johnson, seconded by Alderman Alexander, to approve the minutes from December 11th. The adult use cannabis text amendment was tabled to the February meeting, again February 17th at 7 p.m. here in the council chambers. Chairman Bellato gave an update on the BIOS farm. The city has complied with the MWRD request to formally send a letter of intent to lease the land on Canal Street in partnership with the BIOS farm. Once this issue is resolved, the city can move forward with other requested uses such as soccer fields and velodrome. Chairman Bellato brought up the need for a policy to sell city-owned property, and Mark Miller has been directed to draft one. Alderman Johnson requested that we use any revenue of the sale into the same community the property was located in. There was a motion by Alderman Holly, seconded by Alderman Cantello, to send a quote of core drilling samples of the parking lot located on Western Avenue, south of Vermont, to the Finance and Municipal Committees. All ayes, motion carried. This core drilling would give us a better scope of what is sinking at that city parking lot, south of Dunkin' Donuts there, and I believe both committees, Finance and Municipal, have approved it, and I believe it's on the agenda tonight. Chairman Bellato brought up the possibility of electronic speed monitors that attach to the city light poles along Western Avenue. Eric Alvarez mentioned that there might be funding in part for this. Alderman Hawley mentioned the need on 1 Vermont Street and also 123rd. Chairman Bellato will work with Eric Alvarez to gather additional costs and information. Chairman Bellato brought a quote from Liberty Flag and Banner to print and install banners highlighting the Census 2020 in both Spanish and English along Western Avenue. The committee agreed this should be done, possibly every other poll. It was sent to the Complete Count Committee for design and input, and it's in the Complete Count Committee right now, and there's a meeting scheduled for tomorrow night. Hopefully they'll send some options back to our meeting on February 17th so we can get moving on getting those banners up for the census. Chairman Bellato brought up issues concerning 13337 Old Western Avenue, the former Maple Tree Inn, and 13426 Old Western, the former Esparza's Restaurant, and 13426 Old Western, the green burned-out building next to the City Limits Restaurant. The committee agreed these are priority to address, especially the former Maple Tree, because it has been vacant for over a year and has a terrible infestation of rats in the community. The committee demanded an answer before the next meeting and recommended the city does everything within its power to remove the structure immediately. Mark Miller has contacted the owner of the property. Supposedly they're coming in before the end of the month to get demo permits. I'll believe it when I see it. Chairman Bellato, along with Alderman Meck, is requesting the building commissioner draft the top policy in regard to single-family homes being enlarged drastically to alter their appearance, especially the bungalow-style home. Again, this is a laundry list of different policies we've been putting together out of our committee. And Howard's got a multitude of ones on the plate, including updating the signage and the facade ordinances that we have in place right now, but we talked about doing one of these also. So it'll be on our future committee agendas. There's a motion by Alderman Johnson, seconded by Hawley, to permanently increase the business development match from 50 to 75%. There was all ayes, motion carried. The program has seen a large increase in applications since we increased the match last summer, and we have 3 on the agenda for tonight. There was discussion on the RFP to maintain 12 parking lots and focal points along Western Avenue. The committee is requesting Doran's Landscaping, who submitted the bids, to attend the February meeting and to possibly bring 3 sets of what they plan to do. Sarah Brown gave the marketing report. Howard Kapari discussed a resolution to pay the health inspector a per-inspection fee. This also went through finance, and it's on the agenda tonight. There was no additional business. It was one of our, I think, the quickest meeting we ever had, ending at 8:07 p.m. And our next meeting again, February 17th at 7 p.m. We're going to open up with a public hearing on the cannabis text amendment. We'll probably go through the gauntlet on that and provide a recess and then have the rest of our agenda. So it'll probably be a lengthy meeting.
Bring a dinner.
Yeah. Eat before you come.
You treating?
All right. That's all I have for community development.
Thank you very much. Finance Committee.
For Finance Committee, I need a motion to approve accounts payable for $545,082.57.
Got a motion. Do we have a second by Alderman Carr? Any questions? Roll call, please.
Johnson. Johnson, aye. Alexander.
Aye.
Alexander, aye. Bellato.
Aye.
Bellato, aye. Costas. Costas, aye. Hawley.
Aye.
Hawley, aye. Farnwell.
Aye.
Farnwell, aye. Meck.
Aye.
Meck, aye. Carr.
Aye.
Carr, aye. Cantelo-Zylman.
Aye.
Cantelo-Zylman, aye. Clinker.
Aye.
Clinker, aye. 10 ayes, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Next, we have a motion to approve payroll for January 10th, 2020 for the amount of $389,430.68.
Get a motion, do we have a second? Alderman Fairwell, any questions? Roll call, please.
Johnson.
Aye.
Johnson, aye. Alexander.
Aye.
Alexander, aye. Bellato.
Aye.
Bellato, aye. Costas. Costas, aye. Hawley.
Aye.
Hawley, aye. Farnwell.
Aye.
Farnwell, aye. Meck.
Aye.
Meck, aye. Carr.
Aye.
Carr, aye. Cantelo-Zylman.
Aye.
Cantelo-Zylman, aye. Clinker.
Aye.
Clinker, aye. 10 ayes, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Next, we have a request to transfer funds to the Dalton Park District per the Calumet-Sag Trail Agreement for construction on the east segment of the trail, which is our segment of the trail, and we're like the holding ground for funds, and we're just repaying the Dalton Park District for their portion of the trail. So it's not our money, we're just holding it right now. So we need a motion for this.
Get a motion, do we have a second? By Alderman Johnson, any questions? Roll call, please.
Johnson.
Aye.
Johnson, aye. Alexander.
Aye.
Alexander, aye. Bellato.
Aye.
Bellato, aye. Costas. Costas, aye. Hawley.
Aye.
Hawley, aye. Farnwell.
Aye.
Farnwell, aye. Meck.
Aye.
Meck, aye. Carr.
Aye.
Carr, aye. Cantelo-Zylman.
Aye.
Cantelo-Zylman, aye. Clinker.
Aye.
Clinker, aye. 10 ayes, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Next, we have a CDBG capital improvement payout for Longwood Drive for the complete streets of $44,321.84. Final inspection and project closeout. The committee, the best term to use is Grill Robinson Engineering on this project. This was for the portion of just the blacktop, which they've remediated. The committee also made it very open that they wanted the input of the alderman of the ward at City Council. So we need a motion for this, but under the question, I'd like Alderman Meck to verify they came out and rectified some of the things. Again, this is just for the blacktop portion of the project, not the rain basins, the rain gardens, alleys. That was all separate from this.
So we got a motion, do we have a
If
second?
you don't, the point is, if you don't feel comfortable as alderman of the ward, maybe we can table it, but we just wanted to verify with you, because neither one of the 5th Ward aldermen sit on that committee.
We got a
You know,
motion, second by Alderman Fairwell. Go ahead. Go ahead.
You know, from what I saw, they did come out, and they regraded sections by the drains. I think we're still waiting internally for new grates to go back in, but, you know, it's better than what it was.
That's satisfying.
Anybody?
The Finance Committee voted in favor of doing this, so.
All right, so we have a motion, we have a second. Roll call, please.
Johnson.
Aye.
Johnson, aye. Alexander.
Aye.
Alexander, aye. Bellato.
Aye.
Bellato, aye. Costas. Costas, aye. Hawley.
Aye.
Hawley, aye. Farnwell.
Aye.
Farnwell, aye. Meck.
Aye.
Meck, aye. Carr.
Aye.
Carr, aye. Cantelo-Zylman.
Aye.
Cantelo-Zylman, aye. Clinker.
Aye.
Clinker, aye. 10 ayes, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Next, we have a motion for 3 business district facade grants. One, I'd like to do this all in one motion.
Sure.
Unless there's an objection. For a restaurant, Tenochtitlan Lawn for $5,000, for Front Row Bar for $1,731.07, and for the Blue Island Beer Company, $4,350. So I'd like a motion. for
Got a motion,
3.
second by Alderman Costas. Any questions? Roll call, please.
Johnson.
Aye.
Johnson, aye. Alexander.
Aye.
Alexander, aye. Bellato.
Aye.
Bellato, aye. Costas. Costas, aye. Hawley.
Aye.
Hawley, aye. Farnwell.
Aye.
Farnwell, aye. Meck.
Aye.
Meck, aye. Carr.
Aye.
Carr, aye. Cantelo-Zylman.
Aye.
Cantelo-Zylman, aye. Clinker.
Aye.
Clinker, aye. 10 ayes, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Next, we have purchase of a police interceptor utility vehicle per resolution 219-021. And when asked, I believe we already approved this through finance months and months ago. They just never actually purchased it. If the chief wants to explain it in further detail.
Go ahead.
Yes, thank you. As I had discussed with the Finance Committee last week, I had to decommission 2 police vehicles out of my patrol fleet. One was a 2011 and one was a 2013. Also keep in mind, which I did not explain last week, I apologize, but also keep in mind that there are 4 other vehicles in my fleet that could potentially be decommissioned soon. They're at the either 7-year mark and or over 100,000 miles, not under warranty. So last year, under Resolution 2019-021, passed a resolution to purchase 2 police Interceptor utility vehicles. I did purchase one in June, I believe it was, last year. Unfortunately, there were no other dealerships that had any other ones available, or else I would have bought that second one. And now we're at that point where I had to take 2 vehicles out of my fleet. So I had sent you guys an email yesterday with the resolution and 2 quotes. Most recent quotes from a dealership. One is for a 2019 Ford sedan, which is the Taurus. They don't make Tauruses anymore, so there aren't any 2020s. This just happened to be one that they hopefully still have on their lot. And then there's also a quote for a 2020 police utility vehicle. What I am asking for the resolution, it was to be under the budget of $90,000 total for 2 vehicles. The first vehicle that I did buy last year came to a total of $39,822.60. So that left us with a balance of $50,177.40. If we purchase this quoted 2020 sport utility that I have in this packet, it would cost a total of the purchase and outfitting it to go onto the street would be a total of $45,611.27. Unfortunately, the price of a 2020 sport utility and a 2019 are different in approximately a little over $5,000 based on the new model. And then also what I would like to do is, because I am down 2 and there's a potential for another 4 to go down, I would also like to purchase the 2019 sedan at $32,301.98 using federal forfeiture money.
So we have a motion, correct? And we have a second or no? Second by Alderman Johnson. Any questions, again, from the council? If not, roll call.
And we're voting on purchasing 2?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. And the motion was, who was the second? I'm sorry.
Johnson.
Okay. Sorry. Thank you. Johnson.
Aye.
Johnson, aye. Alexander.
Aye.
Alexander, aye. Bellato.
Aye.
Bellato, aye. Costas. Costas, aye. Hawley.
Aye.
Hawley, aye. Farnwald.
Aye.
Farnwald, aye. Meck.
Aye.
Meck, aye. Carr.
Aye.
Carr, aye. Cantelo-Zylman.
Aye.
Cantelo-Zylman, aye. Clinker.
Aye.
Clinker, aye. 10 ayes, Your Honor.
Thank you very much.
Next, we have resolution number 2020-003, a resolution authorizing the execution of agreement with Maureen O'Day, a licensed environmental health practitioner, for contracting services for the city of Blue Island. She is currently the health inspector, paid a salary. Because of the distance in travel, she proposed switching to a per inspection fee, which would save the city and herself money. So this passed, again, both my community development and finance committee.
I have a motion. Do I have a second? By Alderman Cantelo-Zylman. Any questions? Roll call, please.
Johnson.
Aye.
Johnson, aye. Alexander.
Aye.
Alexander, aye. Bellato.
Aye.
Bellato, aye. Costas. Costas, aye. Hawley.
Aye.
Hawley, aye. Farnwald.
Aye.
Farnwald, aye. Meck.
Aye.
Meck, aye. Carr.
Aye.
Carr, aye. Cantelo-Zylman.
Aye.
Cantelo-Zylman, aye. Clinker.
Aye.
Clinker, aye. 10 ayes, Your Honor.
Thank you.
For number 8 on the agenda, this didn't pass finance community finance agenda just yet, so I'm tabling 8th. We're going to go to 9. Resolution 2020-005, a resolution of the City of Blue Island, Cook County, Illinois, authorizing and approving a proposal for spill prevention control and countermeasure plans for Meadows Golf Club of Blue Island lift stations.
I have a motion. Do I have a second? By Alderman Carr. Any questions? Alderman, go ahead.
Question, is the cost of this, is this coming from the city, or is this coming from the Meadows Golf Course?
No. He skipped number 9, we're on number 10.
No, we're number 9.
We're on number 9.
Yeah, we're not doing it.
So I'm asking, is the funds coming from the city, or is it coming from the golf course? That's simple.
I can find out for you.
And to clarify, Alderman Johnson, the answer, we didn't get a clear answer at finance. I believe Dave was supposed to get back to us. But the we have to do it either way, if the golf course is there or
I was
not.
just going to say,
So, because MWRD, I think, requires
Yeah.
us to do it.
Alderman Bellato, if you want, I sat on a
Go ahead,
couple meetings
clerk,
about
yeah.
this.
Yeah.
The question was whether or not we would have to do this if the golf course was there or not. You'd still have to do it. The city took control of the property from Sexton landfill years ago, and this is one of the new requirements, that whether we had the golf course or not, this is something we would have to do.
And remember, the golf course was built back in 1994.
As a matter of fact, the golf course with all the greenery on there probably stops some water from going down the leachate system with all the absorption and the evaporation.
So we have a motion and we have a second, correct? Yeah.
Yes, we do, I'm sorry.
Roll call.
Johnson.
Aye.
Johnson, aye. Alexander.
Aye.
Alexander, aye. Bellato.
Aye.
Bellato, aye. Costas. Costas, aye. Hawley.
Aye.
Hawley, aye. Farnwald.
Aye.
Farnwald, aye. Meck.
Aye.
Meck, aye. Carr.
Aye.
Carr, aye. Cantelo-Zylman.
Aye.
Cantelo-Zylman, aye. Clinker.
Aye.
Clinker, aye. 10 ayes, Your Honor.
Thank you.
The final one I have, number 10 here, Resolution 2020-006, a resolution of the City of Blue Island, Cook County, Illinois, authorizing approving a proposal for geotechnical engineering services in relation to the parking lot improvements for city parking lot located at 13101 Southwestern Avenue in Blue Island, Illinois, so the Dunkin' Donuts parking lot on Western Avenue south of Vermont Street. This, again, I mentioned in my minutes, they're going to drill a few cores to find out why the parking lot is sinking inches per year. Anybody who's been in that parking lot is aware that you bottom out your car coming out of it, and that's us throwing blacktop every year on top of the problem. There was a building that sat there until the 80s, and it's been sinking since. They probably backfilled it wrong or something. But these drill samples will tell us what exactly we need to do to remediate that parking lot, and there's funds between the parking lot restricted fund and the business district fund that would probably cover the cost depending on how high it is. So this would tell us exactly what needs to be done and how much it's going to cost to do it.
We got a motion. Do we have a second by Alderman Costas? Any questions? Roll call, please. I don't want to. Go ahead. Roll call.
Okay, Johnson.
Aye.
Johnson, aye. Alexander.
Aye.
Alexander, aye. Bellato.
Aye.
Bellato, aye. Costas. Costas, aye. Hawley.
Aye.
Hawley, aye. Farnwald.
Aye.
Farnwald, aye. Meck.
Aye.
Meck, aye. Carr.
Aye.
Carr, aye. Cantelo-Zylman.
Aye.
Cantelo-Zylman, aye. Clinker.
Aye.
Clinker, aye. 10 ayes, Your
Thank you
Honor.
very much.
Alderman, I just had a question on number 8. Was that tabled?
Tabled.
Was there a reason to table it? Because
I think we had some,
instructed to prepare the resolution.
it was tabled in finance based on some questions. I would have to talk to the chair.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear it.
I said we had some questions. We'd have to talk to the chair, though.
Okay. You have to talk to who?
The chair would get back to you.
Okay, I'm sorry, I didn't hear what you
No,
said. so-
I'm sorry. When we tabled it, we had some questions. I believe the chairman was supposed to relate those.
Sorry. Anything else?
No, that's it. Thank you.
Thank you. Public Health and Safety Committee?
No report yet. We met last week, the 21st here. Our next meeting is scheduled for February 18th at 6 PM here.
Thank you. Municipal Services Committee?
No report, Your Honor. I do have a motion for ordinance number 2020-002, an ordinance restricting a portion of a certain street for handicap parking only at or near 12507 Maple Avenue within the city of Blue Island, County of Cook, and state of Illinois, and providing penalties for the violation thereof.
You got a motion. We have a second by Alderman Farnwell. Any questions? Roll call, please.
Johnson.
Aye.
Johnson, aye. Alexander.
Aye.
Alexander, aye. Bellato.
Aye.
Bellato, aye. Costas. Costas, aye. Hawley.
Right.
Hawley, aye. Farnwald.
Aye.
Farnwald, aye. Meck.
Aye.
Meck, aye. Carr.
Aye.
Carr, aye. Cantelo-Zylman.
Aye.
Cantelo-Zylman, aye. Clinker.
Aye.
Clinker, aye. 10 ayes, Your Honor.
Thank you very much.
Okay, and I'd like to make a motion for ordinance number 2020-003, an ordinance prohibiting parking upon a portion of a certain street within the city of Blue Island, County of Cook, state of Illinois, and providing penalties for the violation thereof.
We have a motion. Do we have a second by Alderman Bellato? Any questions? Roll call, please.
Johnson.
Aye.
Johnson, aye. Alexander.
What is certain street? What street are you speaking of?
I believe it's Fulton.
Florence, yeah.
Oh, Florence. Yeah.
Florence Street over just east of Irving as you come off of 127th Street and you turn north onto Irving, you travel a short distance and there's an intersection, it intersects with a very small section of Florence Street, and that's the area that is being restricted from parking.
Aye.
It's all, like, to say all of the title is vague, it is specified in the ordinance.
Alexander, Alexander, aye. I heard you, yeah, thank you. Bellato.
Aye.
Bellato, aye. Costas. Aye. Costas, aye. Hawley.
Aye.
Hawley, aye. Farnwell.
Aye.
Farnwell, aye. Mack.
Aye.
Mack, aye. Carr.
Aye.
Carr, aye. Cantelo-Zylman.
Aye.
Cantelo-Zylman, aye. Clinker.
Aye.
Clinker, aye. 10 ayes, Your Honor.
I just want to clarify again, this is as a result, again, if I remember correctly, fire equipment, emergency equipment cannot get in through it if cars are parked. Is that correct, Chief? Correct? All right, that's fine. Anything else?
That's all I have. Our next meeting is Tuesday, February 11th at 6 PM.
Thank you very much. Judiciary Committee, any minutes?
We did not meet this month. Our next scheduled one is February 18th.
Thank you very much. Any aldermanic announcements or comments? Alderman, go ahead.
Chief, I was wondering if we could put something in appropriation for our PA system, our microphones, because like the lady stated, you know, it's hard to hear when you're not speaking directly into the mic, but like when you're at home listening to it, it fades in and out.
That's fine. We'll check into that. Thank you. Alderman, go ahead.
Yeah, I just want to let everyone know that there is a public meeting scheduled for February 27 here in the East Annex from 1:30 to 3:30 p.m. Representatives from Metro South Health will be here to talk to ex or former employees of Metro South, as well as anyone else in Blue Island who's interested in gaining employment in the Cook County health system.
Thank you. Any other comments? If not, I need a motion to retire to executive session for consideration of collective bargaining negotiations and also pending litigation. Need a motion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Let's go. You're big willing. So I guess he never... I have a motion to reconvene the regular session by Alderman Casares, the second by Alderman Bellato. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Council, do you want to make a brief?
Yes, in closed session, the city council was apprised of the status of pending litigation, pending bankruptcy litigation filed by Affordable Recovery Housing, and also which does involve the city as a claimed creditor. The city was also brought up to speed with respect to pending negotiations between the city and the AFSCME bargaining unit, as well as a new issue that has been raised by the Blue Island Professional Firefighters Union concerning promotions and manning.
Thank you. We have a motion for adjournment. Motion by Alderman Bellato, second by Alderman Johnson. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you very much. Good night, everyone.